Hey guys, today I'm driving the Mercedes C43 AMG and I'm going to be talking about where my love for Mercedes started, what's this 2-liter motor like, and how does it stack up against the BMW 340i. So you're going to want to make sure that you stay tuned for this one. So growing up, I spent a lot of my time in a W123 230e. The vehicle was about 16 years old, and so was I at the time. I think one of the things I really loved about the car was it was finished in bottle green. It had a beautiful cream interior and an auto gearbox, and it was very dreamy to drive. And that's where my love for Mercedes started. My parents also owned the W202 and eventually sold both models and opted for the W203, which my mom still has to this day. I think it's safe to say that I've been through many generations of Mercedes, especially the C-Class. So fast forward to 2023 and I'm driving the W206 C43 AMG. This one's finished in polo white and it's got a nice black contrast around the vehicle, which give it a very menacing look. Now, this is a lot more grown up and mature, and it's grown into this technological marvel from what I started driving in the W202. And the best part is, this model's built right here in South Africa in the Mercedes-Benz East London plant. So at the front of the vehicle, you've got these beautiful digital LED headlamps, and they offer high beam assist as well as being adaptive. At the front, you got these intakes as well as in the grille and at the bottom below the grille, and this allows for better cooling of the engine. You also get a lot of these nice black trimmings around here, as well as this black lip at the bottom of the bumper, which add to that menacing look of the C43. So you get some beautiful 20-inch rims on the C43. These are optional extra, and you also get your calipers in grey, and red is also an option, which would probably be my choice. Now these rims are wrapped in a lovely Michelin Pilot Sport tire, which offered a superb drive and performed quite well even in the recent rains that we had. So under the bonnet, you've got the fastest 4-cylinder production engine in the world. It's a 2-liter turbocharged motor, and it's from the A45S. It's mated to that beautiful 9-speed AMG transmission. Thanks to a 4MATIC system, this Mercedes C43 will rocket from 0 to 100 in just 4.6 seconds, and it has a top speed of 250 kilometers an hour. Mercedes claims that its mild hybrid technology will improve efficiency, reduce turbo lag, and add an additional 10 kilowatts of power to this vehicle. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of this 2-liter setup in the C43, and it just doesn't give the same result as the A45S, which I absolutely love. Now, rest assured, this is a real AMG, and it is still crafted by one man, and you get a badge to prove it. So at the rear, you've got this nice boot spoiler, you've got a set of LED tail lamps, and at the bottom, you've got this nice diffuser, and you get quad tailpipes, which really make the vehicle look pretty damn good from any angle you look at it. So moving into the boot, there is no electric tailgate, which is pretty sad, but you do get 455 liters of boot space, and the rear seats do collapse as well, so you're able to expand on that, which does become quite significant. So sadly, the C43 does not come with a spare tire, and under the storage area, it's basically more storage. So in the back, pretty comfortable space, quite a decent amount of headroom and legroom. I'm 1.8 meters tall and the driver's seat is in my driving position, so you should be pretty comfortable in the back. You get a climate control for your rear passengers, electric windows, as well as 2 cup holders, and you got a center armrest, but I'm not really sure what's the purpose of this. So in the front, you get these lovely leather sports seats, and I do like the fact that they're not the hardcore bucket seats. They're very comfortable and they feel quite plush. So you get a lovely leather steering wheel with a host of controls on the steering. Now this is one of the most customizable instrument clusters in its segment, and on the right hand side you can basically control your digital instrument cluster, which has numerous customization options and settings available. And just below that you're able to control your cruise control as well as your adaptive cruise control settings, and then below that you've got your toggle for individual, comfort, sport and sport plus. On the left hand side of the steering you've also got controls which are able to control your infotainment system, and then just below that you've got your volume control, and at the bottom you've got the toggle for your suspension and exhaust. So this for me is one of the most customizable setups in its segment, and I really like the fact that as a driver I don't really need to take my hand off of the steering to do anything in this vehicle, with the exception of switching on or the aircon. On the infotainment system you've got a 12-inch vertical display, and it is very easy to use and powered by MBUX. You're able to control your aircon, which is permanently fixed at the bottom of the screen, so it doesn't really require you to go into any menus, which I quite like. In addition, you are able to get into your 360-degree camera, heads-up display, as well as some of your driver settings for the safety systems like active steering assist, active lane keep assist, parktronic, etc. Now you're also able to toggle between your driver modes here directly on the infotainment system. And one last thing worth mentioning is the AMG track pace, and I really like this, and I think this is really valuable for any real petrol head. So in your console you've got one Type-C port, you've got wireless charging as well as 2 cup holders, and in the center console just a bit of storage. On this driver's side of the door you also have heated seats and electrically controlled front seats for driver and passenger, as well as 2 cup holders on either side. So this vehicle can be voice controlled, and by simply calling out "Hey Mercedes," you can open the sunroof, make a call, or adjust the aircon. You also get this nice finish on the dashboard and a lot of soft touches, which I quite like. Now for me this is a very luxurious space to spend your time, very tech-friendly environment, and really no complaints for me on the interior. So the C43 is absolutely brutal. It's quite phenomenal what Mercedes have done with this 2-liter motor. It sounds absolutely incredible for a 2-liter motor. I think overall the handling, comfort, etc., I don't really have a problem with any of that, and I certainly don't have a problem with the technology or the driving dynamics on this vehicle. The problem I have is that this vehicle does not feel like a 300 kilowatt car, and I think one of the gripes I do have is that for about 200,000-300,000 rand cheaper there's the M340i, which is faster. It's got a 3-liter motor and it feels completely different when compared to the C43. But overall, it's just very hard for me to justify the price tag on this vehicle, and just with all the optional extras fitted on this one, there's other options in the market, and as a Mercedes-Benz fan myself, it is quite disappointing, but that is the truth. Okay, so time to launch the C43 AMG. So let's go. So the Mercedes C43 starts at 1,538,000 Rand, and this one's fitted with over 300,000 Rand worth of options. It does come standard with a 5-year premium drive, 100,000 kilometer full maintenance plan. But I'd be quite cautious on the options if I was you, as your price can easily start approaching the 2 million Rand mark.